In Austin, the pace of activity at the Capitol has stepped up as we enter the final month of the legislative session. The members of our policy team have been actively engaged in supporting more than 200 bills, and I'm happy to report that we've made great progress on many of our legislative priorities. A few updates on some key issues. On healthcare, bipartisan legislation to extend Medicaid coverage to women 12 months postpartum passed the Texas House last week. We joined more than 160 groups in backing this common sense proposal to improve medical care for new mothers and their babies. The House also passed legislation that aims to improve access to affordable health care for millions of Texans by addressing the leading cause of higher prices, an unhealthy market with too few choices. On water, the Senate has passed signature legislation establishing constitutionally dedicated funds to encourage the establishment of new water supplies and fix aging, leaky water systems. We expect that legislation to be on the House floor before too long. On law enforcement, sunset legislation for the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement, or TCOL, has passed the Senate and was heard in the House committee this week. The legislation contains several measures to address the problem of so-called wandering officers, law enforcement personnel who are hired after leaving a previous job under questionable circumstances. Texas 2036 is working on further improvements to make the reporting system more transparent and easier for the public and local officials to follow. For Texas to be the best place to live and work, public safety, predicated on trust in law enforcement, is critical. On improving the education to workforce pipeline, legislation that would align community college funding to student outcomes has passed the Texas House and awaiting action in the Senate. Both the House and Senate have included $650 million in their budget proposals to fund these reforms, which are key to preparing the next generation of Texas workers for the emerging high-demand jobs of the future. And we'll be working on the implementation of this new law when it's finally passed. For K-12 students, legislation to make high-quality instructional materials more readily available to school districts, as well as improve teacher pay, passed the Senate this week and expected to be on the House floor soon. This is only a sample of the legislative work we've undertaken this year, and none of this is possible without your strong support to help us achieve significant progress towards securing the future prosperity of all Texans. See you next month.